everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sunny. Um, let's go ahead and dive in. So today I am doing a heart space collective reading. Okay, to see where the collective is within their heart space, what's going on, how you guys feeling. Yeah, so this isn't too much about like relationships with like your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. It's more just like it's just more of where you're at with your love. I will do a couples reading at the end. Nothing too deep, but I will pull a couple oracle cards for those who are in a relationship. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see where the collective is at in their heart space. Thank you. Rebirth and reinvention. Wow. That is a strong card to start off with, guys. I think I'm gonna turn on the light just so you guys can see the cards a little better. I love how this card is. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Here we go. Look at that. That is a strong card to start off with. Rebirth and reinvention. I love the dolphins in the back. Just how she's walking out the water like, yes, I'm here. And I'm ready to be reborn. I think I'm gonna let's pull another witch card. Let's see. What else do we have for the collective? Thank you. Water magic. There we go. More water. Okay. Another dolphin here. We have a little cat trying to get the fish down here. We have a lot of water already to start off with the reading. A lot of emotions. I'm noticing the stillness in the water as well too. So yeah, like the waters are calm. Our emotions are calm right now at this time. Whatever it is that we're hoping and wishing for, or just like the things that we are passionate about and that we love, things are very still right now. It's a lot of stillness I'm hearing in the heart space. Okay, so I heard, even though there are things like the cat trying to get the fish is a huge message for me right now, saying even though there's stuff that we want to get, that we are trying to fish out basically in our life and in love, we're very calm about it. Like we're not, you're not fretting over, what you're trying to get at. That's a little bit too much. This room is safe for the collective in their heart space. There's a collective in their heart space. We have surrender with joy and accepting challenges. Achieve greatness through surrender. Trust your inner resources. And this one, trust your resources. Surrender with joy. So with this rebirth, this new beginning, I feel you are really accepting the fact that you need to learn how to surrender. And under the deck we have beyond the ego. So I'm hearing like in the past there was, you were living out of an ego heart space, egotistic heart space, right? But now you're learning how to live through your emotions, but with a calmness, right, in your emotions. Of course, you know, when things come, you know, it will ripple through you, but there's not that like big wave of emotions, or like uncontrollable emotions where you're just kind of going off. It's more coming from a heart space of, it's okay, we're working through it, you know. you're trusting you're trusting your inner guidance, you know, to know that even if you do have a wave of emotion and don't know how to control it, right, at the time, you're still surrendering to the fact that you're aware that there's something that needs to be worked on, right? Let's get some trigger messages. Let's get some triggers messages. Okay, let's take that one. Flow. This card wanted to come out. This card definitely wanted to come out. Flow. Why are things such a struggle? That's the trigger statement. The true statement is, I am in the flow. Take a deep breath, dear one, and allow yourself to feel the flow of life through you. Release your need to do and just be. Release your need to do and just be. Beautiful. Going with the flow. Going with the flow. Water again. That, yeah. A lot of, okay, whoa. I gotta pause this for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so we had 3 fall out. Okay, we could take these. We could take these. We'll take them. Renewing. Okay, so we had earthly. The trigger is, I hate my body. The true statement is, my body is my temple. Remember that you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Revere your loyal sacred body. Revere your loyal sacred body. We have clarity. I am so confused. But the true statement is, I am present. Allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts fall away. Listen to your intuition. And then we have projection. My mind does not rest. The true statement is, I listen to my higher self. Look at each story that repeats itself in your mind as a stranger would. Ask yourself, is this true? Look at each story that repeats itself in your mind as a stranger would. Ask yourself, is this true? The things that you tell yourself, are they true? Do you accept them as they are? Under the deck we had renewing forgiveness. I did not deserve this. The true statement is, I forgive. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situation and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. We're gonna keep that one there too. Okay. So my body is my temple. I am present. I listen to my higher self, and I forgive. Trust your inner resources. So I heard for some of you, you are still accepting and loving yourself, right? Learning how to love yourself, learning how to love the person not only that you see in the mirror, but the person that you see in other people. Meaning, we are all just a reflection of one another in some type of way or another, right? And when you don't like something you see in someone else, you're learning to accept the challenge of realizing that whatever it is in that person you don't like is something you don't like in yourself as well, right? um and you have to be really deep in the game to understand how that works, in the sense of being able to talk to yourself and communicate with yourself in a loving and healthy way too, right? Because you don't want to, tell yourself anything that isn't true about yourself, but also knowing like, hey, to some degree, you could see it within yourself, right? And have to know, okay, this is something I need to work on, and being able to be honest about it, right? For instance, for someone like, oh, she's so emotional, right? That person is so emotional, it annoys me. But really in yourself, the reason why that person being so emotional is bothered to you is because you don't know how to express your own emotions. So it kind of irritates you because you don't know how to do it yourself, but somebody else is, able to do it, even if they don't do it in a healthy way per se. But at least they do it, at least they get it off their chest, versus someone who just holds it all in. And while I was shuffling the cards, the pre-shuffle, I kept feeling like this tightness in my chest, and I haven't felt anything like that all day. So I feel like there is a tightness around like your heart space right now, and we have to learn how to surrender that tightness, surrender that tension of our emotions, and just allow it to be, and allow yourself in a healthy way to release it, right? Release whatever tension you are feeling when it comes to how you love and how you show your expression of love. Because we all show how we all love in different ways. How we show our love, how we accept love, we all do that in a different way. So, but you have to learn who you are. You have to learn the way you love. If you don't know, how else is somebody else gonna love you? Or, it starts with you. It really does. Okay, so let's get one of these guys. All right. I'm gonna take them out quick. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Do not rush. Allow nature to take its course. I like how these cards are just like bopping out. They're just like, I don't know, just the way they're coming out is like so graceful. I feel like that's where the collective is trying to get to that graceful sense, Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I want one more. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Honor and treasure the relationship with yourself. Honor and treasure it, because it's a sacred reunion. Only you have to live in this body. Nobody else lives in your body. You have to live in your body for the rest of your life. So learn how to love and cherish it. And when I say body, I mean like mind, body, and soul. Like all three are a sacred union that God created, and you will only have the experience of living in all three, living in your soul, living in your mind, and living in your body. So don't rush anything that could put those three things in conflict, right? Don't rush into it. Let God, let nature, let love guide you, right? um yes, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, so, and yeah, when I read that before, clearly it was clear that this was for a specific couple out there. In the collective, right now is a time to give and to receive, right? But in a very natural way. Don't rush anything. Don't rush to do something when it's upsetting your natural like order, like you're feeling you need to do this because you want this person to be happy. No, you be happy first, okay? That other person, if they have to be willing to compromise, if you're not ready for it, right? Or whatever, not ready to do something, whether it's like buy a house, for example. You know, if you're not feeling 100% about it, wait until you both are on the same team. You know, I'm not advising anybody on buying houses right now, whatever. That's not my that's not my job. But you know, when it comes to your soul and how you're feeling, take your time, okay? So sorry, I just spaced out there for a second. Let's go ahead. So how I said I was going to do this was, so to explain, we both have, we we all have feminine and masculine energy in us. I'm going to pull a card for the feminine, I'm going to pull a card for the masculine, okay? And see where both of them are at. This has nothing, again, to do with your significant other, whether they're more feminine or masculine. It has to do with you, where your feminine is at and where your masculine is at, okay? Let's go ahead and see where the feminine energy is at for the collective. Can I get one card for the feminine? Thank you. We have Sound the Fierce Flute. At first glance, it looked like a scorpion to me. It looked like a scorpion. Let's put you over here next to Kitty. And let's get one for the masculine. Whoa. No. Okay. Where is the masculine energy at for the collective right now? Tell me space, guys. Where's the masculine energy? Thank you. Grace and beauty. Mountain above, fire below. Grace and beauty. These we're gonna save to the end. Let me get the book for the feminine. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so we have sound the fierce flute for the feminine. Discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your spiritual intentions. Like a fair sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent, your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destiny without getting caught up in distraction. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, and peace and abundance, then discerning between higher and lower vibrational choices is helpful. It is wise to be accepting of life and not to judge people or situations as bad or good. Some are more pleasant than others, and yet sometimes a challenge can turn out to bring us great growth and opportunity, which is in turn becomes a blessing, which in turn becomes a blessing. However, this does not mean that we are wise to abandon the power of choice. We can use our discernment to be guided on our own path to the most joyful, uplifting, and helpful experiences for our soul growth. Discernment is not judgment. It does not render some things better or worse than others. It is the power of selection based on desire or intention. If we intend to grow through joy and adventure rather than fear or suffering, then we can use our discernment to make choices that feel expansive and uplifting rather than constructive and draining. Discernment is necessary in all realms of life, from the physical to the spiritual, from the sort of lifestyle we choose to lead to the people we choose to spend time with, and the ways that we spend most of our time, even the kinds of spiritual energies that we invoke. Discerning choices help us craft our reality. A wise use of discernment helps us to be truthful, clear, and accurate in our perception. In our perception. Like the fierce flute cutting through all vibrations, discernment scatters illusions and gets to the truth of the matter, right to the essence. With truth, there are no nasty surprises later on, or if there are, we can deal with them swiftly and use them for growth with minimal suffering. We can ascertain what is real, ascertain. Sorry, guys. We can ascertain what is real and what is false. This inner knowing informs our choices so that we seek out those people, places, opportunities, and experiences that feel aligned with love. Then our life path becomes one of greater joy and well-being. Your discerning powers are growing, and you are capable of greatest discernment when you listen to your heart and are able to let go of fear and shame, which can cloud your perception. This oracle has come to you because you are in need of seeing the situation in your life from your heart rather than from appearance, from ego, you see? Wow, this is just a little, so weird. It's so synchronistic, what I was saying. Okay, don't be afraid to trust your own vision, beloved. It will help you live your truths and take good care of your own soul. That is beautiful. Wow. Yes. Yes. that sound, that fierce flute. Some of you guys need to get a flute and just kind of to help break up any vibration of, you know, lack or just cloudiness in your vibrations, right? Also in your feminine, in your in your yin side, right? Your feminine side. Some you may have like some resistance in that side of you that you're not ready to accept, but it's time to start like accepting that side of knowing everything is going to be okay, having peace, you know, being able to work through the tough times with grace, you know, in grace and beauty, right? Accept that you don't have to struggle, you don't have to suffer, you don't have to suffer through everything, even if it is a rough time. It's like you just do it with grace. Understand that you will get through it. You know? Forgiving your past self. So I also heard the feminine is being reborn right now. Is being reborn. And is forgiving its past self for how it may have handled situation, and, you know, emotional wise, you know, like handling things, learning how to handle things in a different way from your past, but also forgiving your past, because maybe you were very attached to how you dealt with it in the past, dealt with situations in the past, and it still comes up and kind of triggers you, or, you know, irritates you that, damn, I should have handled that in a better way. And it's to be honest, like with myself personally, I've noticed myself doing that a lot lately too, where I'm like, damn, I could handle that situation better, but then I switch it around with something positive. I tell myself, well, if I ever encounter something like that again, I know how to deal with it. You know, like, I know how to deal with it in a better way next time. You know, my eyes were just on this crystal. Yeah, so that's where the feminine is right now. Let's read about the masculine. 22. Drink some water. Okay. Grace and beauty, mountain above, fire below. A splashy sunset bathes the mountains in a soft radiance. The light of a full moon dances on the surface of a rippling river. Grace and beauty adorn the natural world. Grace is neither an all-powerful force nor an essential or fundamental thing. By itself, it is form without consent. Grace is moonlight on water, not the sunset at noon. Yet grace brings artistic expression into the world and enhances the quality of our lives. Grace brings success in small matters. In the arts, grace arises out of adherence to form, the dancer becoming the choreography of the dance, the musician given life to a musical score, the painter becoming one with brush and canvas. In human affairs, grace is aligned with mastery of aesthetic and cultural forms honed by time and honored by tradition. Through appreciation of graceful through appreciation of graceful forms in human culture, we apprehend the pure beauty of the ideal of life raised above the struggle for survival. Possession of grace, like the bearing of a beautiful gift to a party, can add stature to those in humble positions. Take care to lend grace and dignity to small matters while giving the weight of deep and careful consideration to matters of greater consequence. Though artistic flair should not be confused with true substance, it can take one far in this world. Okay, so we have at the bottom, resist the temptation to create false impressions of your position or stature. It is more graceful and dignified to wash your own car for picking up an honored guest than to rent a limousine. It is more graceful and dignified to wash your own car for picking up an honored guest than to rent a limousine. That's interesting. Okay, line 2. Pity self adornment. Pity self adornment does not produce success. It can be disastrous to confuse vanity with grace. Devoting too much attention to external appearances stifles the grace of movement and bearing, which are far more important. That reminds me of what I said about it's not just about your body, how you love and cherish your body, but also your mind and your soul, you know. So not to, like, this is just an example, but say like someone who goes to the gym all the time, very beautiful, nice banging body, right, whether male or female, but if you're not taking care of your mind, and it's like you only care about what you look like physically, if you're not taking care of what you put into your brains, what you listen to, what you see every day, and then also just like neglecting your spiritual self, it could become a disastrous thing, like you're just living vainly. This is just an example, not trying to say anybody out there. I'm not judging anyone, but everyone will have their own awakening sooner or later. But for those who think, oh, just having another example, just being a vegan. Oh, you're vegan, so you think automatically you're gonna be healthy, right? No, you still have to take care of your mind, take care of your soul, your spirit too. Are you being a vegan just to be a vegan? Like, what is your purpose behind being a vegan other than not wanting to eat meat? This is just an example. Don't mind me, guys, but I hope that makes sense some way. All lives, okay, line 3. All lives have their charmed movements. Likewise, this line refers to that mellow mood induced by wine. As much as we can be transported by its spell, we can also be overcome by its negative effects. Learn to stay awake for the pleasant moments, and through kindness and good humor, gracefully bring charm into the lives of others. Avoid overindulgence, and good fortune will be yours. Line 4. Grace, brilliance, fame, and fortune are simplicity, dignity, honor, and transcendence. If the former is your choice, look for a sign from the outside. If you have any doubts, look within, as it is likely that simplicity is the answer. The similar choice may cause a slight feeling of regret at first, but in the end it will bring true peace of mind and a stable relationship with good people. People with few material possessions may feel ashamed or lacking in grace when meeting someone of great wealth whom they admire. Though a certain amount of apprehension is natural, sincerity of feeling is the most valuable gift between friends. In the end, it is the sincerity that brings success, not material riches. And then the last line, the fully developed person exudes grace from their inner being and has little need for superficial adornments. When form is perfectly aligned with content, simple measures are significant to assure success. When form is perfectly aligned with content, simple measures are sufficient to assure success. I feel like I really need to meditate on that for a second. For the masculine, I'm hearing like the masculine is learning how to be okay with being graceful, right? And not being egotistic, you know? Learning how to turn that self adornment into actual like love for itself, for its masculinity. Okay, so we need to pull some cards. Let's get some cards pulled, some tarot pulled. The collective heart space. Silence in the heart space. I feel like especially with this feminine rebirth, it's like both sides are very quiet right now, you know, where the feminine and the masculine is concerned. I heard like it's like the void of the moon. You know, that time when the moon is at like a void space from, I believe it's a new moon, right? When it's transitioning into the new moon, there's like a void of the moon, and there's just like, it's just like silence out there in the universe, like darkness. It feels like that, but it doesn't feel dark. It just feels like silence. It's really learning how to accept things, your masculine side. A lot more work is being done in the masculine right now versus the feminine. Like the feminine is being reborn right now, and you know, just like in regular birth, there's not much for, I mean, the baby goes through a lot, right, when you're giving birth, but for the most part it's just for the mother to push and help, you know, to push the baby out. And right now we're just being pushed out, so the feminine side is just being birthed into this world, you know. But like most babies, you know, is gonna cry, is gonna come out and be released. But I'm hearing like, yeah, yeah, I lost it. But we have the Three of Swords come out with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing it's a painful time. It's a painful time, but because of what's being born, the pain doesn't hurt as much, you know. Also of like what we've been through before, and what the collective has learned in its heart space, it doesn't hurt as much. This new chapter in the feminine. As for like the masculine, it's like he's really learning how to just accept, or he or she I just, you know, the masculine side is really learning how to accept this new feminine energy coming in, and it's learning how to adjust to who this feminine is. The Hermit, Page of Swords, Seven of Swords. And the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's see. What comes after this one? I'm hearing something, but I want to confirm these cards first. Clarity. I want to get some clarity on those cards before I do. Okay. The Queen of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Can I get some clarity on the Seven of Swords, please? The Seven of Cups. Ten of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles, excuse me. And the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, guys. I just need a second to meditate on these cards. Yeah, so pretty much what I was thinking when I first saw them, moving away from like I'm hearing the circus, like I'm seeing a circus, like these look like circus tents in the back here, and I'm seeing like you're moving away from like all the tricks and the games of the past, right? And you're making the decision to, in this one you see they're like bathing her, so you're making the decision to wash yourself away from the tricks of the past, even just like past cycles that you've been going through, like karmic cycles that you've been going through. And you even have the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Moon, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. The Tower. Okay, yeah, you're moving away from that because it's just it's been like the same things for the past 10 years, I'm hearing, or however long you've been stuck in a karmic cycle where your heart is concerned and where your love is concerned. I'm even hearing that someone out there has been in a cycle where things where you would constantly give yourself to other people, but you would end up with like the shit end of the stick, for better words to say, right? And you're walking away from that. You're making the decision to give your love, to invest in you, Yeah, especially with the Hermit here and the Queen of Swords. Definitely investing in your inner self, in your inner world. You're standing up for yourself and making the decision to say like, no, I'm tired. Even look at how he's looking at he's looking up at the Three of Swords here, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm done with that. I don't want that anymore. You know, I don't want that anymore. And he's choosing his battles, because he has 4 swords in here in his hand, and then there's 3, and he has one here. So I'm seeing these 3 as these, right? And he's letting those go, he's dropping those, but he's keeping these 4 swords. So you're really choosing your battles now, choosing yourself. Let's see about this Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're rushing in to really to yourself, to, like I said, to invest in yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. So you're stepping up. You're stepping up the level of who you truly are. Loving grace. Someone who nurtures. But you're starting with yourself. You're starting new and you're starting fresh with yourself. Tell me about the Hermit card. The Five of Cups. And the Chariot. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Five of Cups. Get one more. Get one more with this Five of Cups. Okay. The Nine of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we have Swords, Pentacles, and Cups today. Let's get the Queen of Swords. So the messages I'm getting are pretty much exactly what I said already. Walking away from no longer being fulfilled with yourself and moving towards loving yourself, feeling fulfilled with the things that you are passionate about, the things that you love. The Five of Wands here with the Queen of Swords. Again, choosing your battles, choosing what choosing the things that you are passionate about, the things that you want to defend, and like the things you love. I think that's a great question to ask ourselves. Is like, what are you willing to defend? What are the things you're willing to stand up and talk about and communicate about? Tell me about the Seven of Cups, please. We have Temperance with the Seven of Cups, Temperance, and the Eight of Swords. And let me get one more. What comes after the Eight of Swords here? What comes after the Eight of Swords? Judgment. Okay. And the Sun at the bottom of the deck here. Okay. So, with the Seven of Cups, I heard, even though you can't see, like, you can't see all your options that are for you right now, but you have faith. You have faith in God and where He's gonna guide you. You have faith in your guides as well. You're hearing the calls, even though you're not seeing, because you're and it's a divine thing. Like, it's like God doesn't want you to see all your choices. He just wants you to listen and listen to where He's guiding you to. Because some of you are really struggling with standing up for yourselves, right? You're really struggling on revealing who you truly are to the people around you. Because you're afraid that they may not accept you for who you are. But when you do stand up for yourself, the people who are meant to be in your life will stay in your life, or will be like pulled into your life, because you're finally stepping up and being who you are, who you're supposed to be, and who who you're meant to be. You're not meant to be a clown in other people's circus. No, you're a divinely made person. I heard in the earthly card, I heard your temple is a divine made temple. it's a sacred temple, meaning your mind, your body, and your soul is a divinely made temple, right? And only divine guided people are allowed in your presence. And I'm gonna leave that at that. um, yeah, and we have the sun at the bottom of the deck just kind of confirms like only people who are meant to see you for you are meant. It is, that's how it is. If people leave out of your life because you're being who you are, then they're not supposed to be there. Tell them to go ahead and clap their ass somewhere else. That's fine. Don't sit there crying over it. No. No, because if you begging for someone to be in your life, even though they don't want to, eventually you're going to end up turning into somebody you don't want to be for that person because you want that one person in your life so bad. Come on. So, like promised, I'm going to pull 3 cards for the people who are in relationships, and to see where one person is, the other person is, and the general energy around everything. So let's see where where the first person is. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Okay, so one person is in forgiveness and learning right now. The other one is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youth spirit of fun to shine. And then the overall energy for those in a relationship. Okay, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Express your love. Go ahead and make romantic gestures. That's under the deck. And I heard that that's not like right now. It's once you guys have gone through this phase here. So with playfulness, I heard think about when we were younger, right? We weren't so self-conscious on how we spoke, or maybe some of you were, but in the sense of like think of when you were a child, or think about what a child is. The innocence be in a child. They don't look at things as being a mistake. They don't look at things as, they did something wrong. They don't understand these things, so they keep doing them, or even just like laughing at nothing, like sometimes my son, he laughs at the silliest things, and I'm like, that's what makes you happy. But I feel like right now, one of you in a relationship, in a collective, you need to recapture what it's like to be young in the heart, and just do things because it makes you happy, and not because of what other people would think, in a sense, like, just do it because you want to be happy, recapture that fun playfulness where it's not all buried in the past, like, or it's hard for me to laugh at this because, even though you think it's funny, you still find it hard to laugh. Just laugh. you know, and it has a lot to do with learning and forgiving. It definitely does. Like, one of you is trapped in learning how to forgive, the other one just kind of wants to get back to that playfulness of like, even say, like, you know, the first time you farted in front of your significant other. You know, I'm sure I mean, for some people, you know, you just laugh. It's funny. It's a funny moment, you know. And but after a while, some people don't think it's so funny. But the first time you did it, it was like, ha ha ha, you know. I don't know. That's just what I heard. So then, engagement, your love life is ascending to a new higher level of commitment. So, yeah, once you guys have gone through this stage of forgiving each other and learning from, I also heard, not projecting, and we had projecting too, not projecting your past experiences on this new, or you know, in this time, whatever you guys are going through. Don't project what you went through in the past. Learn from today. Learn from what happened today, how you felt today, what was going on. You know, really process to, like, you know, the moment you're going through it, and learn from it and just grow, you know. And with the, oh yeah, you see, that confirmed it, with the express your love heart to heart conversations. That's when it comes in. That's when you guys ascend, because then you could have those conversations. You both could feel, you know, very light weighted when you come to each other. You know, it's not all this heaviness about like woo woo rah rah. It's like, no, this is how I feel, and healthy conversation, you know, honesty. Yeah, be honeymoon, and give your relationship a chance. Yeah, give yourself a chance. Give each other a chance to be able to process each other's, well, one another's emotions, or how they process things. Accept how they process things. Give them the space they need to process what they need. Because some people need more time than others. And you have to understand that. And in the meantime, just be very light. I keep hearing, be gentle. That gentleness. I even heard, for those who may have a flute, play the flute to help break up the energy. You know, for me, I ring my bell. It tunes me back, you know, it tunes me back, and it helps get rid of anything, distractions. It really centers me, and I feel like that's what you guys need right now, is center. Okay, so thank you for joining me. If it resonated, please hit the like button. You know where to find me on YouTube. Subscribe, it'll help find me faster. Hit the notification bell so you know when I post. I'll try to post another one tomorrow, because I was supposed to post yesterday, so technically the next day would be tomorrow. So I'll do my best, and I hope you guys liked tonight's reading. You know, it was different, but I was really being pulled to doing a collective heart, a collective heart reading. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. All right. Until next time. God bless.